Hello, pipe friends. How are you doing on this Friday? TGIF. Today I'm going to be smoking jackknife plug in my Seville pipe. Now with this blend you're going to get a nicotine hit. It's quite strong. Here's the pouch. And the lettering's kind of light. But there it is. GL piece, I believe it is. Jackknife plug. I like it very much, but I'm not going to smoke it several times a day. Probably the only time I'm smoking it. I wanted to show you a little item from my lighter collection. Actually, it was outside the collection, so, but I'm going to show you my lighter collection eventually, next couple days. But this is a very interesting lighter. It's a Dunhill, made for the servicemen in World War II. And here it is. Like that. No fuel in it. It works. It's got a screw in bottom. And you take that off and then put the fluid in it. Again, it's a Dunhill lighter in association with the Americans. They made them available nice and cheap for the servicemen. So I thought that was a interesting little tidbit that you might want to know about. Delightful smoke, no tongue bite. I'm going to slow down the puffing a little bit to prevent such. Again, the pipe is Seville, made in Italy, and this is the Seville Lucite model. And on the back it says imported briar, Italy. I've often wondered that your pipe's made over in the places where the briar is found. Wouldn't it be domestic briar? I've never seen that. If you have, let me know. I think that's an interesting point. But I snagged this fellow off of eBay a few years back. I was lucky to get it because it had just gone up. And I believe it was a buy it now, but I just snagged it off of eBay, and I was really happy to get it. It has a little beveled top, which is nice. Fairly nice graining. I haven't seen too many Sevilles, but I'm sure they're out there. And I'm not going to show it until my birthday in May. Uh, my wife wants it to be a total uh, unveiling then, but I had to check it out for defects or whatever. But my 1950s in box K Woody came today, and it is gorgeous. It's unsmoked. It's a Rhodesian, and it had the clear type of box, which I believe it's some of the earlier ones. And the 3-hole stinger. It's no, I don't believe it's any later than mid-50s. And it is beautiful. Beautiful. Mm-hmm. And even in the box, it had a little clip like you find, excuse me, as you find in the cases. And I don't believe you found the clip in the later issues of pipes, because it's metal, it takes up more weight, but it's fastened just like it would be on a board. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to take a drink of water because this is a live broadcast, and I believe I was so excited about my new pipe that I hyperventilated, which leads to hiccups. There we go. Lemon ice water. Nothing finer. So now that we're settled down a little bit, we go back to smoking the pipe. Again, this unit is a real sweet number. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Not the love it shape. There is a shape, well, a configuration called a love it. This, I guess we'd call it a Dublin, wouldn't we? I didn't sleep much last night, but when I woke up from sleeping in the chair, I did get a couple hours in the chair. I felt refreshed, actually, and I was watching a mini marathon of I Love Lucy, and it's so much more fun to watch I Love Lucy or a show such as that than looking at the news and everybody panicking because of the cold. Now in the Northeast here, we had record-breaking low temperatures. And the schools in Philadelphia were closed just because of cold. Can you believe it? I think our nation is becoming pussified, and I'm sure you would agree that we've lost some toughness. And in the past, when I was growing up, they never closed schools because it was cold. They would close schools if you had a couple of feet of snow. But this is ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. So much for global warming. Okay, let me light it up again. Hopefully, we won't have any more hiccups. Excellent. If you want just a little nicotine hit, well, moderate to even the low end of heavy, jackknife plug, have to be plucky. I'm really on today, right? Is the blend for you. Jackknife plug. And it's made by GLPs. And being Friday, it's payday for a lot of people. So everybody should be happy. Well, lunch will be arriving shortly. So I'm going to sign off now. And I really appreciate you watching. The last couple days, the comments have been wonderful. And I do appreciate you dropping by. And tried to get back to everybody. I believe I have. I'm 3 days caught up now. So thanks again for subscribing. And if you're already a long timer, thanks for sticking with me. And it's a pleasure to bring you the videos. So you know what that means. Take care of yourself. Be good. And by all means, happy smoking!